Alright, let's keep this going and get all our junk. What do we want to load up first? Probably... we don't really need the bombs immediately. We need radioactive waste. No. Go. So let's get these all nice and organized. And then I get to figure out what else I need. Okay, so we got explosives. Not a whole lot of good junk. Almost wonder if this time around it would be better to actually track down some of these other locations quick. Also, oh yeah, we already marked that, I think. We'll make a quick trip over though. Plus we can see if there's anything of value here. Nah, it's just standard trash. I need my fancy garbage. Nice. That's another waypoint. Yeah, I guess at this point I'll just load it up with standard trash. If I find something, I'll throw regular garbage out, but might as well just use the space we got. Don't like how that just got instantly damaged. Do we want you? No. And then I guess at this point, just backfill. That was unexpected. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's get to a waste processing plant. Actually, can we... Easy. Yeah, I don't want to drive to that plant. There's gotta be a closer one. Nope, that is it. Oh no, that one's 9 minutes. Or it's probably the same one. Just because we're moving. Ugh. We'll check that. I do not like that hill. Radioactive waste. Yeah, you go in the pile. I don't need to get it. No sense in distracting myself with random junk. Leave me alone, Sentinel. I'm just transporting stuff. I'm just a simple man trying to make $8.50 an hour hauling sludge. You know what's funny to think about? There is a non-0% chance this will be the experience someone has that gets them into like industrial hauling. Either some dude or some kid is gonna play this and be like, this is the coolest thing ever. I wanna haul toxic waste. And honestly, I think that's kind of cool. If stuff like this or like Euro Truck Simulator can get people into industries that have a hard time getting people, hey, whatever works. Call of Duty was a covert recruiting tool for the longest time during GWOT. Yo, you got any sludge? No. No, it's all crap. I think what would be cool is if they made some of the salvage stuff that you could then either convert into like Corvette parts, make it so you can go to the crashed freighters and use the mining laser to cut off big chunks of the ship, and different pieces could get dropped and you could take them. And you could do it for freighters, you could get modules for freighters, you could get ship parts, you could make it so it drops mods for vehicles. I think that would be a really cool way of expanding those existing systems and tie it into this hauling mechanic. But I also understand not wanting to make this the de facto game, or rather just a little side hustle you can do for nanites if you're broke. I just love when things shift from being a gimmick to being a completely viable option of the game. Kind of like how apparently GTA 5 is doing an update, or did an update, where they've made it so you can more easily do like firefighting. I think the taxi driving and all that, they expanded it. Now, does it pay as well as crime? No, but it's cool to see that, 13 years later, finally become a more viable option in the game. Nah, I'm not gonna detour. I don't want to go down the hill. Even though we're doing pretty good, things getting jostled around, but not too not too terribly, not too terribly. Look back, everything has suddenly become an oddly shaped fruit. Let's do a quick check. So we gotta do... Ooh, exocraft engines. Oh, sorry. B grade. You've now been replaced. Watch, as all these are just top speed. And not that good. 9. Oh. Hang on. What's that normally? Oh, okay, yeah. Nine, 9. We'll just nuke a 9. Better top speed, better fuel usage. Now we've broken... I think we broke 50% fuel efficiency. I understand it, but I wish I could pay to get more upgrade slots that are like the supercharged module points. Just because who cares? If I want to run the most tricked out industrial hauler known to man throughout space, but it costs me an arm and a leg, sure, why not? It's my big rig and I want to pimp it out how I want to. Wow, we hit 50,000 units. I need to not be driving on this ridge. Even though losing the explosive barrel would be neither here nor there, I already have that challenge done. I don't want to risk any of my radioactive waste. I don't want to. Please? Yes. yeah, I can honk. Absolutely not going to use the booster while I'm doing this. Okay, maybe a little. What are we looking at? 3 minutes. Okay. But they're all just stone ruins as a biome. I would like a ruined city biome. I think that would be fun. You could introduce new enemy types, whether you want to go like Fallout ghouls or weird mutants or something. I just think it'd be neat. That said, I don't know how they exactly do biomes in this game, because it feels like planets are just a solitary biome. Like, oh, this is the mountain planet, this is the island planet. They didn't exactly go whole hog on diversity, which I get. You have effectively infinite planets. Who cares if there's one biome per planet? Just go somewhere else. Every planet lets you leave it if you start there, so... It's also really nice that they did that. They could have really screwed people over and been like, yeah, if you get stuck somewhere, you're stuck. But I think that there is a degree of realism, kind of like in Star Sector, where if you run out of fuel, you can just turn on your emergency transponder and you just drift. And if you're lucky, you can get into like a slipstream through hyperspace, which is a weird sentence, but you can get kind of pulled along someone else's path, or you might get yoinked into a black hole. Or someone could show up, charge you an arm and a leg for fuel, and you pay it and get to go on your merry way. Just all depends. Nope. Back out. Might as well throw the free stuff. Should be getting close to the... Probably not the radioactive waste, but I think the toxic waste challenge. I want to say we only needed like 4, 5 things. Oh, cool, condensed carbon from that. That's nice. I love getting something a little different. Alright. Guess we didn't get any of those done. How much time is left? None. Okay. I don't really need that, but it chews up a food, so who cares? Man, look at that. All that phosphorus, uranium, and ammonia. Not bad at all. Crazy jetpack tanks now. Fireworks. I don't want fireworks. Asymmetrical cabin. Maybe that's for this. Oh, yeah, it is. So I can look like a farming combine. Give me the furnace module. Or the legs. I want the mechanical legs. Red and gray camo looks kind of bad, but whatever. No, okay, it looks better in person, not zoomed out. What do we have to do? Still more toxic waste. Movement system upgrades. Yeah, that's really all there is. Oh, I'm looking for the 5th waste heap. I haven't even gotten to the 4th. I'm a bit ahead of myself. Yeah, if we have to just get to there, we'll be fine. Because we only... If we pick up 4 of each there, and then the next site we pick up another 4, we're good. good sludge. Nope, you're just standard garbage. Not bog standard garbage. Whatever will I do? Yeah, if they really want to, they could expand this whole system a ton. Planetary specific waste or rewards. Could even have stuff for like the Atlantidium, like covered planets with the corrupted sentinels. Where you find like wrecked ones and get stuff from them. The potential is there, it's just, does Hello Games really want to spend the time expanding it, or was this more of just kind of like a haha funny moments kind of update? As I say that, I can see where this would translate to being a testbed system for Light No Fire. What you do is you have player driven carriages that might have a bunch of stuff. You know, kind of loot a dragon's dungeon or their cave, take stuff out of their hoard, but you can only fill up, you know, a cart. So now as a player, it's like, okay, we got all this loot, now we have to get it back. So you're sitting here, tossing everything in the cart, and you have to travel, and stuff can get loose and fall out. Would that be a little tedious? Yeah, a little. At the same time, it does add depth, and it justifies putting more valuables in. Because then as a player you might be like, oh, well I found, you know, a hoard of a big trove of cash. Okay, that's going to take up space, or that might just get shoved into your prison wallet. But you might find, like with the derelicts, how you can find different decorations. You might find something. Oh, this dragon hoard had fancy chair. Okay, well, if you really want the chair, you gotta haul it out. It makes sense, it's just, admittedly, a little convoluted. And I am, admittedly, talking completely out of my ass. We don't know what the dev's goal for the game is. Which is really a big question I have at this point, because we've seen footage, and it looks cool, but it's also one of those things where I'm like, what's your vision? Where do you see this game in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Ooh, that was a rough landing. feeling this is going to be a rough crossing no matter how we spin it, because if we go down that, we still have to make our way up this. I think this is the best crossing point. I think that incline is going to be shallower. It's not going to be shallow, but is that even where we need to be? 3 minutes. So yeah, that other hill is the dump site. I love just the explosive barrel gently rolling around in the back the whole time. Let's just fry all this stuff quick. Even though I could drive through it, I care more about getting the carbon as fuel at this point. Dang, would the flamethrower be better? Nah. Honestly, the flamethrower feels like a meme. What am I fighting that close? And why am I not just like running it over at that point? Yeah, I think they broke the mining laser, because it shouldn't just be infinite ammo. I'll take it. It once again feeds into my always asked question of who cares? You know, if something's unbalanced in a single player game, that's on you to just not use it if you care. Huh. So we were here, and then our other site is just up there. Well, in that case, I know I missed you. I think you're inside this? Yes. I'd prefer you not to fall inside my vehicle, it's a little distressing. Anything else I missed of value? Nope. Cool. I'll take a little freebie. I'd love to see a No Man's Sky 2, but I feel like at that point, most of what I'd want is just better enemy variety, better weapon variety. Probably like impact on systems. So that instead of a system just being like, this is a war-torn system, actually have it change over time. Just make it a ticking clock. Hey, this meter fills as attacker and defender. If you take missions for either side, it goes in their favor. If it falls in the middle or some middle percentage, it's a stalemate, war goes on. If it goes to one of the extremes, control changes. Little things like that. Expand the bounty system a bit more. Because the core of the game is fine. It's literally just go walk around, find things. Oh, they're just like dog fighting. I'm just over here picking up garbage. Man, this is a crazy amount of radioactive stuff. I think that's everything except this box. Everything else here is normal junk. Okay. Now to find our way back down. Because I think we're gonna try to go up that one discolored patch. That looked like a solid place to go. Everywhere else, though, I'm kind of very iffy on. Of course, the laser had to accidentally target inside. Alright, so how are we... Let's get here and look. Okay, so I'm thinking we go this way, down across, we ride along here, and then try to just truck up the hill. I think that's the best, because if we go down that way, that's going to get really bad, and I don't trust that section. Like I said yesterday, what I would give for some like ratchet straps just to hold stuff down. Yeah, it's cool. In the future, there's little gravity field systems or force fields that keep things from falling out, but I could also just strap things in. The humble ratchet strap will always reign supreme. Could you imagine trying to do this on a planet with aggressive sentinels? Anytime they see you, they just call reinforcements and try to jump you for no good reason.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
I would like that. And you. And I think I saw some other waste here. Nope, I was mistaken. I wonder what the furnace module... I mean, I know what a furnace is, but like, what does it do? Is it just for generic stuff, or is it more you can incinerate anything but you get reduced payout? Because I could see the incinerate anything but get reduced payout as an option. And that's... oh yeah, in my mind I was thinking, yeah, I don't want to drive back this way because there's all the holes and issues. No, don't roll down the hill. I'm so glad you're square. Me whenever I see SpongeBob. Investigate these nuts, Sentinel. Yeah, this is a very dangerous route to be taken. It's like driving by that giant sinkhole I saw open in Shanghai like a day or two ago. A lot of people didn't understand why that happened. Fun fact, that whole city is built on a swamp. And it's a great example of why you don't build on swamps. Even if you fill it in, it's got a different water table than normal areas, and it's never really filled. You can throw dirt in the swamp, but you can't really take the swamp out. So you're gonna have swamp complications. Swamplications, if you will. Oh, I'm scared of that one box. I still got like a quarter health left, but we had this happen yesterday and I didn't like it. Mostly because I don't know if it explodes when it runs out of health. And if it does, it's kind of parked right next to a bunch of other things that explode. If it was just like, huh, and turned to dirt, I'd be like, okay, yeah, my bad. We're on that. Is this the same ridge I was on earlier that I nearly lost my mind? I shouldn't, but I will because I'm stupid and don't learn. The payout is going to be bigly huge. Nope. You know, at this point, if this thing explodes and it does chain react, at least the death will be really funny. I'll take that. Oh yeah, potentially explosive. I am mean mugging that barrel right now. Oh, I knew you'd do it. Get back here. Are any of you radioactive? No, I don't want another explosive barrel. I have enough complications with those. Yeah, I gotta get off this ridge. This is exactly what happened last time. Ugh. I don't like this. I just want to get over these hills. Yeah, this is exactly where we were. Word for word, bar for bar, because I remember that. And because it was only like 20 minutes ago. My memory kind of sucks, but it's not that bad. The brain worms haven't gotten to me entirely yet. No, 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 no. Who will win, my immense avarice and need to min-max, or gravity? I'm starting to think gravity. because I still have to get around this hill. Which I think is going to be a straight shot here. I was gonna say, oh, I wish I had like finite control of where I place things, kind of a grid shape system where I could min-max space even further. But as I thought it, I was like, well, that's cool, except once again, no ratchet straps, and also gravity. All these are physics objects, so me sitting here trying to squeeze every square inch out of the bed of this truck is irrelevant because one hill and everything's thrown. The food processor thing, like this thing, it's just thinking about it, it's cool, the food ingester, or nutrient ingester, but like those cakes giving me like 6,000% bonus on scans of flora, while useful, I'm not gonna lie, it's great. The amount of effort it takes to make those cakes, it's not worth it. The ice cream though, 65% cold resist, banger. You're gonna need that the whole time you're on a ice planet, so that pays for itself the whole time. Scan bonus, yeah, it's only 10 minutes, but also it's only 10 minutes. So you better hope you can just land and Pokemon snap yourself everything you need real quick, or you're gonna be standing around being like, why am I only making, I don't know, 600,000 units instead of 3 million because I had my debuff or my buff go away, even though my scanner's tricked out to hell and back. Which also is kind of the problem. Like, you can fit 4 or 5 boosts, and if you get the, what are they? The illegal or black market mods, those will pay for themselves immensely. But that could, once again, be a system that we're going to see further expanded in Light No Fire. Which I do hope they have a more player-driven economy. Because I will absolutely spend my time crafting or doing something. My love of being just a crafting guy is immense. Every Vintage Story server I play on, I just become the blacksmith. Ooh, we get the mechanical legs, finally. We're gonna check those out and hopefully they're cool. I mean, I saw them, they're cool. But performance-wise, I assume they're gonna be the same. I can't picture them being like, oh, we made them sending my garbage to the void. I mean, I didn't haul this stuff, but I still want it. It's mine now. I touched it, therefore I claim it. Yeah, this is the one disposal thing that I'm not big on. If it was just a ramp, but I get it. You know, you're trying to have a nice orderly line for people to offload stuff. A ramp sticking in the way would completely mess with the flow, and then it screws with the shape of kind of the footprint of this and whatnot. It makes sense. Sometimes my mind just goes places. I was looking at the radioactive symbol, and then I thought of the Imagine Dragons song, and then I remembered that was for the trailers, I think, for the show Defiant over the video game tie-in. And then I was thinking, man, I miss both that show and the video game. The revival of the video game was awful because they had, like, servers that I swear were powered by 2 potatoes. And then the show just got really bad in season 3. Hey, we got everything done. Cool. I knew picking up the extra garbage would help me. Alright, let's put some fancy legs on you. I need to see how they look. The caterpillar track would be neat. Yeah! We'll save that. Okay, so it's the same, just plays a different animation. That's fine. I like my neat, mechanically legged vehicle. I don't even know how to describe it at this point. Yay, now I get to rip out even more engines for this thing. Please be all fuel efficiency. That's not bad. Okay, yeah, so all 3 of these get nuked. I will happily take that. Now, which ones are fuel efficient? 16, 19, 16. Oh yeah, almost 70% reduction. Actually, it is 70% reduction.
Technology recharge. Technology
You love to see it. The trade rocket? Okay. Okay, I guess it's not the worst, because if I really want to, I can load it up with random junk I have and flip it, but feels like a bit of a filler. Okay, we gotta be hitting the limit here eventually. Yeah, so we'll just fry all of these. Yeah, I'd say that's good. Our jetpack tanks 600% efficiency. And we're almost done. Just have that, and then that's it. Ooh, I do like the look when boosting. Oh, I'm a sucker for vehicles with legs like this. Or any legged vehicle. They're so cool. Except when we hit invisible thing. Then it just kills my vibe. If we were to argue mo-realism, though, I think this would be incredibly inefficient. Just because you're only having 4 relatively small points of contact on the ground. Please. What are we hitting? You can't tell me these dihydrogen crystals are that powerful. Yeah, you only have 4 points of contact. Okay, we're starting to have some problems here. And those points, if you're on sand, swamp, anything of the like, you are probably going to have problems just sinking into said sand, swamp, whatever. You need really wide feet. Okay, yeah, we're hitting some weird stuff with this. I mean, I'm glad it's our last trip, but I don't know what is catching, if it's the legs or what the deal is. I just want to be Spider Truck. So have you guys finished this expedition yet? I want to know whatever other people think of how this went. Because I think this is a nice, really short one. I do prefer expeditions of like this speed over the ones where you end up with some really awkward moment, like it was a couple ago where they had one moment where you had to go fishing, but the path it took you on put you in like a weird spot where it's like you had to loop back to the start because it was on the last page of objectives. Which, to be fair, it was on me. I should have done what I usually do and read through everything and try to min-max my time on each planet. But it just always feels really clunky to have that moment where the game's like, oh, well, you should have done this before, or we sent you in this really weird off direction because we made you use a portal, and now you need to head back. I like having the more mechanically focused expeditions. It's cool having the game just be like, hey, yeah, so here's the new thing, go play with the new thing. Is it repetitive? Yeah, hitting 5 waste sites, loading up stuff, don't spill it, head back, offload it. It is repetitive, I'm not gonna lie. But that's also the mechanic. I'm absolutely gonna have to find a different way back home, because this isn't cutting it. We are spilling everything multiple times. I think we'll go probably the long way around instead of this ride the mountain type beat. Yeah, I think the legs might not be the play in terms of practicality if they're what's causing these random stops. Because I wasn't having this before. I'm just kind of stuck having to wiggle around until the game's like, oh yeah, that's your exit. Maybe the normal caterpillar treads will be the way to go. I get the feeling these legs add something to the mesh that just doesn't vibe with certain terrain elements, especially going over the crystal fields. It seems to get really touchy at those points.
Protection 40.
God, the music for this sounds like it's almost an intro to a Linkin Park song. I'm expecting it to be in a Transformers movie at this rate. It's also way too hype for me sitting here sorting garbage. Hit him with a Minecraft villager. Huh. Yeah, I think that's full enough. That looks like a safety hazard and like EPA violation waiting to happen. Oh, speak of the devil. We lost a barrel of toxic waste. EPA would love me. hitting them with the Exxon Mobil Special. So I'm thinking we go down here and try to go as far downhill as possible. Hey, buried wreckage. Not important to what we're currently doing, but cool. If I needed cash, I could dig that up. Oh, that's not good. Please, just inch down. I have my thumbstick absolutely strapped to the back. We did it! Victory screech! And I threw a bunch of stuff. Let's walk back that victory screech, everybody. Oh yeah, we're walking that back. There's the inverse of a victory screech. I think I might need to do it at the moment. Is that everything? Yeah, looks like it. See, this is only 11 special waste, so this is a rather small load in comparison to my usual. Yeah, this thing gets a little too bumpy. Did I lose something? Yeah. I don't need it, but it's along for the ride. The big thing is just these hills. Also, this stuff is so borked in terms of position. Look at that. It's all up front. Please, let me put a bigger front end on this. No, but part of this is definitely me. I'm a little more, I guess, aggro while driving with the spider legs than I was with normal treads and tires. I don't know, I feel like it's harder to, this sounds really stupid, but it's harder to gauge speed. Because like a wheel spinning, you can look at it and be like, yep, that's spinning. But a leg moving, it just moves faster and it doesn't convey as well, I guess. At least for me. Maybe I'm weird. Oh, and there it goes again. There is no escape. Upside, at least it's just generic garbage. Okay, so I'm thinking probably just straight shot down here, and then we ride it up there. That looks safe-ish. No promises. Like, you see, just going downhill, even though I should be, like, concerned, there's a part of my brain that's like, well, the legs aren't moving that fast. Maybe the brain-eating amoeba is set in further than I thought. Yeah, I knew that was coming. This is the roughest haul out of all of them. And I think part of it too is I'm trying to figure out what's causing the sudden stop so that I can avoid it. And in doing so, I'm driving in less than ideal conditions. Yeah, that hill's not gonna be scalable. Definitely think I'm gonna switch back. These legs are cool, just not for this planet. Now, if we had this on a moon, where it's pretty much flat, oh, this would look so cool. Which I hope they have this on a moon. I would absolutely go clean up like a polluted moon. Give more value to the moons anyways. As it stands, they're just kind of there. It's like, oh, do you want rusted metal, salt, and one other material on a barren surface? And it's like, not really. The game's just like, well, too bad. That's what you get. Enjoy your moon, idiot. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess. Or this would be cool on some of the exotic planets. Like there's one where everything's covered in hexagonal plates. I think that would be fun. Please. I just want to get around this. I swear I'll never do it again. Oh, I can see it. We're almost home-ish. Actually, no, I think we have to cross the hill. Still, we're almost home. Then I can get paid my $8.50 an hour for hauling industrial waste. I was about to ask, hey, would you, like, if you could remote control a vehicle like this hauling waste somewhere, would you do it? Because obviously there's been discussions of that for trucking. But with the advancements in AI, What do you mean Sentinel activated? Great, so we have to get this somewhere, and then I gotta run. Oh, no, we're safe. They can't find me. They'll mistake me for the other spider-legged hauling trucks in the area. There are many like me. But yeah, like with the advancements in AI now, I feel like this would just become something that potentially might not happen. Because you would just have self-driving vehicles that do the whole deed, and on another planet they would, in theory, have a LiDAR system or something built in to scan, assess, and then scale areas. I've seen a lot of places that have said like, oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of, white-collar jobs by in potentially 16 to 18 months. I'm like, what are we gonna do though? Like, yeah, that's cool, but like, I have bills. That's always the question that everybody who's pushed for AI never answers, is like, what do we do after? Because, yeah, I'd love to have it where we can all just hang out, do whatever, pursue our dreams, write books, paint, play sports until we break a hip or explode. But that's not really feasible. It also sucks how it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have AI take a desk job. But the actually dangerous jobs like hauling industrial waste, nah. Get back in there, Wagey, we still need you behind the wheel. Like, gee, thanks. Feels good, man. I saw you. There's no escape waste. I'm like Captain Planet, but not shredded or composed of teenagers. Actually, thinking of Captain Planet, which segues to other 80s things, that would be like G.I. Joe. That reminds me, they had an Eco Warriors set where they had a dude who was just like, I'm going to spread toxic waste everywhere. And I'm like, this kind of is a crap villain. What are you gonna do? Spread toxic waste? And then? I don't know, dude. But it was cool because they had zombies. Yeah, we caught it all. It's like flipping a pancake. Which I've never done in that way. I feel like you're just begging for trouble. If you're like, yeah, I'm gonna just take the whole skillet and just whip that hoe into the air and pray to God. It's like, nah, dude, just get a spatula. You may think you're gonna be styling and profiling like Ric Flair, but you're probably just gonna have a half-cooked pancake on the floor. And that's just depressing. it's just over the hill. Woo! We made it. Yeah, if they can sort out whatever is tripping the vehicle up with these legs, I think this would be super cool. I gotta stop overshooting. How many nanites have we earned
Technology recharge.
just on this run?
Technology recharge.
4216, not bad. To be fair, you could earn this way faster and passively if you just have a runaway mold farm. But, you know, if you want to play legit and not just farm everything out super fast like that. Admittedly, it's really tempting to just be like, yeah, runaway mold farm. You don't even have to own it. So many people have them available to everyone. Your biggest constraints will be your refineries running them and time. Yeah, we did it! That is actually everything now. So let's just quick plow through all these, collect our rewards.
Units received.
And our final reward, the Heirloom Customization Set, which I don't know what that is. Oh, we're done! Wahoo! I'll just jump over when I'm done processing this stuff to my main save to check out all the rewards. But yeah, that's really it as a kind of, I don't want to say review of this expedition. This was fun, simple. Like I said before, you could see it as a little monotonous. You're doing the same thing again and again. I have fun with it though. I enjoy kind of this degree of tedium. where I can look at it and be like, yep, I'm getting rewards for every little bit I do. I can kind of min-max a bit. If I'm playing in a normal run, this is a nice bonus. But I don't feel like I have to do this. If I was bored with some friends, I could be like, hey, do you want to go pick up sludge? Or maybe there's little bounties where it's like, hey, pick up X number of special waste from locations on this planet. We'll give you X amount of quicksilver and some nanites or some units or whatever. I think that'd be a cool expansion of the little bounties and gives you a little extra something to do. I have to. I've been asking myself this the whole time. What happens if I jump in? Oh yeah, you do take damage. Very slowly, but you do. What about in here? Ooh, that hurts a lot more. Let's see if we can do any other customization or if those are all locked. Just stuff you have to buy at the anomaly. Yeah, it's definitely the legs. The legs are a little wonky. Nah, looks to just be those for the moment. That's fine. Just store it, yep. The legs are fun. Let's be fair. Then we'll switch and look at all the rewards. Oh yeah, on this save I haven't made my Corvette yet. To be fair, like, if you have the Iron Vulture, it's such a good ship. That's sitting down and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make the Corvette. It's like, ah, no, man. This is pretty solid. Alright, let's look at all our rewards. Alright, Expedition 21.
Collectible received. Collectible received.
We got all the heirloom parts already. The camo finish for the Colossus. The legs. So yeah, if you really care about those, the cabin and the legs, you gotta do this expedition. The posters I never care about. They do look cool in the Corvette if you slap them on a wall at an angle. Okay, so we have extra slots. Cool. So, anomaly. None of those. Are we a traveler? Is that what we have to be? Horrific flesh helmet. That would have been cool. Okay, riddle me this, Batman. What were those for? Because I didn't read. Because I don't, and I'm dumb. Oh, it's because there's no head. Durr. Okay. So yeah, you don't get a helmet. In that case, we're switching back to Traveler just so we can rock Hesperus's head. I do like that. That looks really nice. The armor. If you have the deep sea diving helmet, I think that would go really well with this, since this looks like something you'd see on like the old-timey submersibles. Yeah, I do like the legs and torso. It's cool. It doesn't really fit as like a spacesuit. I usually try to do legit spacesuits, but it still looks good. Did we get a backpack? No. Okay. So it's just the body. I mean, that's not bad. It's okay. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, this is the coolest ever. I'm gonna bust it down Freak Bob style. Like, nah. But it's cool. Then yeah, it's just the posters, the vehicle. Actually, I'm gonna see. Can I buy the other Colossus changes? Are you the vehicle guy? Yes. I never talk to this guy. Okay, so 480 for the excavation blade, 320 for the Cyclops scope. Okay, then you can buy the refiner. Large and powerful refiner unit designed to be housed in the belly of a Colossus. Okay, so it's not even like you throw waste in, it's just a refinery. That's... I don't know, I don't think that's that great. Like, I'll buy it, because who cares? But I also don't think that's a really useful use for the Colossus. Because it's probably a 3 slot, which is cool. But if you're sitting around doing 3 slot refinery stuff, why not just set up a couple refineries in your base or on your freighter or whatever and run it out of that? Because I don't know what you would be needing that for on the go. I think you're better off just picking up sludge and toxic waste. Otherwise, it's not really all that great. That also did not answer my issue of my vehicle. And I don't have a camp with the Colossus because I just never made any of the vehicle paths. And none of the planets I have are worth it. Let's actually check if they have a bounty tied to this at all. Nope. They might later, but I feel like that's a missed opportunity, though, not to tie that into these co-op things. But yeah, that's really all there is now that the expedition is done. I could maybe try to find a planet that has toxic waste and all the junk, but I don't know where it's going to be really. And it's just going to be more of the same. Find waste, find a refinery, transport and dump. So I think I'm going to call it here for now. Make sure to swing by tomorrow. I will be playing Ace Combat 7, whatever the newest one is, starting around 6. And I'll be playing that for a few hours. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button. Helps out the channel a lot, lets me know what you want to see. And if you're really interested, make sure to hit the subscribe button, lets you know when I go live, when videos I make go out. And that also helps a ton. But yeah, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow.